Hi everyone, we are Group 2 and our project is King's Virtual Campus Tour. Due to the COVID-19, many students, especially those who are not based in the UK, are not able to travel to campus for physical visits. How can we show students what is King's about? How can we introduce the history and culture of King's to students? Therefore, the purpose of our project is to introduce the culture and history of King's via a virtual campus tour. We narrow down the users to Chinese postgraduate students. Stakeholders are King's archive staff and Chinese agents. As for the methods, firstly, we did a 10 usability test on 5 competitors' products. Based on this, we analyzed the user experience and then conducted a competition analysis. We also interviewed archive staff to get some suggestions and requirements. Then, we interviewed 10 target users. We also designed more open-ended questions in the focus group, expecting more ideas. In the future, we will finish an interview with Chinese agents and co-design. Next, another member of our group will give a specific explanation about the research we have done.
For usability tests, the goal of it is to conduct usability tests on different forms of virtual tours and discover what works for our users and what doesn't. We tested 5 different forms. We will show them in a short video. This is free movement virtual tour. You can move to any spot. This is 360-degree video. You can sit on board and change your viewpoint freely. This is 360-degree photo tour, and video tour and text and images are the common forms. The products which selected for each form are put in parentheses. It was found in this test that participants are more interested in the first 3 forms, so we decided to focus on them in the future. The next is competition analysis. By exploring and analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of competing products, we aim to have a grasp of the market and learn different forms of tours. We tested 5 different products. These 5 products are the same methods in the usability test. Combined with the user's feedback in the usability test, we did competition analysis. This table is the result. The strengths and weaknesses that we found will be further discussed in interviews and focus group. We have interviewed one of our stakeholders, archive staff, Jeffrey, to know what the current situation is, what they want to get, what they want to show in the virtual campus tour, and what is their goal. He gave us some important information. These are the codes and findings we collected from this interview. Firstly, the current situation is that Archives has documents for users to learn about the history of King's, but they want a more interactive and attractive online virtual tour, like a video or walking tour. So what they want to know is the format, platform, and content that users prefer. For example, the device, the guidance, the length, the form of the freedom to move, etc. And archives think the PDF version, explorable links, and how to collect feedbacks are necessary to be considered. Finally, the goal of archives is to bring a historical virtual tour for users to attract them to explore more online exhibitions. We have interviewed 10 postgraduates to learn about their demands and expectations. The findings have been divided into 2 parts, form and content. For the form, users have different preferences for device, which means we could provide different virtual tours on PC and phone. For the details of the virtual tour, users prefer free movement virtual tour and 360-degree video with realistic scene, first-person perspective, overall layout map, optional voice and text guidance, and NPC interaction. For the content, users want to visit all the campus separately in up to an hour, but the specific duration still needs more research. They hope to learn about the history of campus landscape, architecture, and famous alumni through video, text, or images with Chinese explanations. As for the requirements of archives, users could accept PDF version and explorable links. They tend to provide feedbacks via comment. bullet screen comments, and star rating. Based on the findings, we organized the focus group. In the next stage of our research, we held a focus group. Now we are already in the late stage of the whole research process, so we didn't aim to use this method for brainstorm. Instead, we hope to get some deeper insights about the issue that with contradictory opinions of our users. For example, in our interviews of users, some users prefer to use laptop for the campus tour, while others prefer to use phone. However, the aim is not to finally choose one from the options, but to give us more ideas about what our users concern about through asking more open-ended questions in focus group. We found that in terms of what content our users like, they would be attracted by the names that they are familiar with and the stories that are interesting. So the possible solution here is to avoid being boring when we design the campus tour. We also found some bad user experience, such as time wasting, effortful to use, bad visuals, being confusing, and too long didn't read. This can help our client avoid making bad decisions. In terms of how to get maximum number of students to view the campus tour, we think these three factors matter a lot: device, platform, and time. Users are divided on what device they want to use to view the campus tour. So we suggest to design two different forms of campus tour for mobile phone and laptop. We also recommend using social media and KCL website to host and promote the campus tour. And we recommend putting most of the promotion in April and May, as most students will have received their offers at that time. According to our research, they will normally look up information about the university after they receive their offers.
In general, we recommend the use of a 360-degree video virtual tour for mobile phones and a free movement virtual tour for computers. Other details, such as guidance, interaction, platform, and so on, will be shown in detail in our final report. As for the challenges and the limitations, firstly, we got different views and opinions, and it's a little hard to unify them. Secondly, it's a question of whether our interviewees can represent most Chinese postgraduate students. How to make the result more representative and convincing through limited interviews is a challenge. In the future, we will finish an interview with Chinese agents and co-design. We will then make a final report. This is our reference list. That's all. Thank you for your listening.